Good morning, guys. Hope you had a great day. Sorry, yesterday T and I had to leave. Just something unexpected came up, so we apologize for that. But Marcus, right now we had the NFP numbers came. They were impressive, I believe, and the unemployment percentage is good. Already dropped, so it's good. It's good for the markets. But now you just have to figure out what sectors may rip on that news, or does that news even matter at all? Right? Because there are a lot of things going on in the market. Um, the federal debt and the federal government shutdown, or how long when they'll run out of the money. There are a lot of things, right? And then the market's extended on its own as well, right? But today on a Friday is probably a lot of Friday for many of you guys if you catch the right play. I'm gonna go over one scenario which I think can give you guys a lot of gains today, right? If it works out. So this is the SPY chart I'm looking at, right? But I'm gonna go over to ES, all right? The futures chart, okay, which is 24 hours. Here, I'm just gonna say one thing. On ES, as you guys can see, if you guys read the SPX futures by Platinum Sachs, and if you read the reports which come out from Spot Gamma, right? They go over their gamma levels and we post them in the group. There's some numbers that you need to know. Right now, based on our movement right now, um, if you follow these charts or to play options on it is SPX, right? To play options is SPX. Just so you guys know, it's SPX. And but on ES, I will give you guys one number. 4600 is very hard. Now in the morning, right now we're trading near 4590. But if we get to 4600, if we get to 4600, is very hard. Right now it's at resistance above 4600, above 4600. This will act as support, right? And I'm gonna give you guys two more numbers here: 4540 and 4500, and then 4430-ish, I believe. 4430-ish. Okay, these numbers are all in the gamma report and by and plus what Platinum Sachs writes. Here you guys need to understand now. When I'm gonna go over to the 5-minute chart, so just look at these numbers. So 4600 is very hard, which is roughly right here. It's a very hard resistance in this market. If we take over 4600, right, and we poke above it and we stay above it, we likely go visit 4640, which is this range right here. And I'm just going to teach you guys something, how you guys can scalp puts or calls on these when we do them live and what we look for. Okay, so just pay attention. And then we have this zone right here, which is the 45 or 40 zone. Now let's go over to the 5-minute chart here. If you're somebody that trades SPX options, and plus they're better for your tax breaks, by the way, if you guys did not know, if you guys make a lot of gains on it, they're very good for your tax breaks. Here on the 4600, if you guys zoom out on the 5-minute chart, and let's say you trade SPY, and instead of looking at SPY alone, but if you can start looking at these charts along with it, your probability of success will increase by a lot. Here, the other day, 4540 was very hard level. You could have easily, when the first time it reaches 4540, right? When we had this big dip, the first time the futures reached 45 40ish level, you could have easily played this to the downside on puts. And if you have patience, right? I mean, if you're a disciplined trader, you keep your eyes on this. And you could have easily caught this move right here. This big, and this is enough of a big move on SPX to double, triple your options, because those options move a lot. All right, and then you could have caught this over here again, or maybe not, because of the second time you could have stayed out, because this time it could have broken also. But it was trying, it just stayed put. It wasn't able to do it. On this break, on the weakness, you could have played it to the downside again, right? This just gives you more insight to it instead of SPY alone. And then it broke through here, and then our next tough point was 4580, 4600. These are all the points which are written in the gamma reports and SPX futures. You guys can see this acted as resistance. You could have caught all these moves, and these are very big moves when you catch on SPY, which give you a lot of money on options. Like if you caught this move right here off resistance, like when it was failing, and you kept a tight stop loss in it in case if it held above it. But if you held through this entire drop, you probably would have made 300, 400% on SPX options. That's how much they move. Right, and currently we're here in a very important zone. I think Goldman Sachs is going to be looking for this. I can promise you guys, if we right now it's flagging, if we continue holding above 4590 here, and then we go to the $4600 level right here, if we reject here, if there's weakness at this $4600 level, there's a good chance that we flush. And if anybody catches this move to the downside, if 4600 fails today, and if Friday is going to be weak, This is where SPX options will go over 2,000, 3,000, 4,000% today if this move happens. All right, but you have to be very, your entry has to be timed. 4,600 is the first touch. It's resistance. However, if it holds above 4,600, if it holds above 4,600 here, then the next support is near, resistance is near 4,630, 4,640. Just go in the numbers that we've written down. You can catch that 30-point move to the upside. You can take your exits here. Then it's very likely this gives you another 20-point move to the downside. All right, so different ways to play it. And if you just go on the 5-minute chart, like here, you guys can see how this moves. All right, all these charts. And Platinum Sachs has taught you guys these things as well on the voice chat if you listen. And he posts these charts many times during the day for the last few months. Right, I'm just going in details to it so you guys know what we do. Okay, so this you want to pay attention to. And a very important number today on this is 45.40. And by any chance we break 45.40, it's a big red day. That's all you need to know. If we break 45.40 to the downside, it's going to be a huge red day. All right, we hold above it, it might be a red day still. Above 45.80, it'll be a green. It'll be let's see how long we hold. All right. All right, Q's NQ, same thing. Just work the numbers. I don't want to spend too much time on it. So let's go over some charts. Same thing, similar action. I mean, if S&P flushes, then obviously NQ, I think all the indices will flush. If you guys have any chart requests, just type them in, please. Docu. I did not get to go over their earnings. Did not have time yesterday, but it's down big pre-market. Last comments whenever this was, I think it failed to hold these levels. We never bought it, right? Hold about 270, it never happened. 278 it gave us roughly around here, and then 300 never happened. All right, but it's down huge pre-market. Is down about, I think, 60-70 points to, right? It's at a very critical support level. If the market is weak, today, they're gonna flush this more. Right now we're trading right here. They might give us a little bounce and then a flush all the way towards 140, 130 is possible, or they might just hold these levels because that's a big move down already. It's broken below all the supports. However, if the market holds and the market rips, then this can obviously have a 30, 40 point move to the upside as well. They might buy this thing back up if they believe in COVID, if they believe that the lockdowns will come, if they believe those things will be shut down, right? Those guys probably already know beforehand. So they'll probably buy this back up here. If they don't buy this and they bring this down lower, that's another sign telling you that we might not get no lockdowns at all. All these news are just going to pass by in 1-2 weeks and then we'll be back into the Santa rally, which is a possibility. All right. But Docu, I personally wouldn't touch it. I'll just let it base. Twitter, yesterday sort of made a reversal, right? And one thing that T has been telling me now, nobody watches news more than him as much as I know, right? He's on in 24 hours. Just listening to CNBC, whatnot, and just doing all this research. Twitter, Jumia, some of these companies might get repeated what happened in the 2000 dot-com bubble when many of the companies that went up and then they were shot right down, right? This is nothing different than a dot-com bubble. If you look at Jumia, many stocks have already gave up so much. Jumia has already gone from $70 back to double right here, $10. It has already came from $70 to $10. That's I mean, this stock has already more than crashed, right? It's down like 80%. These companies become a buyout target for players like Amazon, Shopify, or all these big companies, big fish out there, right? So these are stocks that you want to look at right now. They're beat down, right? I mean, of course, they will require a lot of patience, and a risk is obviously there, but the rewards are also high for the long term. These stocks are the stocks that you want to look at. If you have a portfolio, let's say if you have $20,000 cash in your account, these are the stocks where you can buy some long positions and just hold into 2023, 2024. How much are they really going to beat these stocks down? I have no idea. I mean, they can obviously take this down to $5 is a possibility, but there are good chances that one of these companies will get bought out soon, or some of them, maybe this year, maybe next year. So just keep that in mind. It's something that can be repeated and it can happen. All right. I have no idea if it happens, but these are the things that you want to pay attention to. The companies which are really beat down. In case if there is a reversal in small caps, in case if we do go back up in the coming months, these will make a big move and the return on percentage return will be high. All right. Amazon moved up a little bit off these jobs report, but again, I will tell you guys one thing: if you're trying to play Amazon in this chop right here with a small account, you clearly don't understand the markets. You clearly have no patience. right? You're not disciplined. You need to go watch the trading psychology video a few times to understand. If you're having FOMO, if you have anything in your mind that what if Amazon goes to 3,700, let it go to 3,700. If you have a smaller account, above 3,700 is a more confirmed trade. If you buy it here, you're gambling with your money. You have FOMO, whatever you want to call it. It is not a good trade to buy Amazon right here. Some of us, when we enter, we stop out right away. Because some of us which are entering, maybe we can handle it. Maybe we can handle that loss, right? Maybe some of these guys are not going in heavy. Maybe they have 100K cash and they're only going in with 500 bucks. They're okay to lose it. And if you have a $10,000 account, are you okay to lose $500 on a scalp like this? You shouldn't. That's 5% of your account. Okay. So Amazon, wait until it breaks 3,700. To the downside, wait until it comes to maybe 3,200. If you really want to catch a bounce, it might give you a 50 point, 100 point bounce, right? And maybe that's a target. But in this between, don't play it. Some of you guys are looking to play Amazon. I see the comments. You're just risking that. That's gambling. Don't do it. We don't recommend that, right? I mean, sometimes, yes, we do enter positions, but if your account can handle, only then, and be very disciplined with your stop losses. All right. Shopify, same thing. They brought it right back down from here, and now it's trading at the mid here. If this stock does not hold above 1450, if Shopify does not hold above 1450, 1300 is coming. 1300 is coming, I'm telling you. And then below 1300, 1000 will come. Just look at Melly, right? How many people, they took this near all-time highs, all right, when nothing was running, they took this near all-time highs, then they brought it down, then they tried taking it back up, right? And they completely failed it. All it took them was 2 weeks to bring this from 1700 to 1100. Who would have thought this? The same thing can happen to Shopify, Amazon, any stock, right? I'm not saying this is going to happen. These are just the possibilities I'm telling you. Don't play the chop. Wait until you play confirmed levels. That's all I'm saying. That's it, right? LRCX, it was a great trade for us. We caught this $20 point move. We took our profits here when I saw that the market was weak, right? I don't want to be stubborn with my position. We took profits. And what happened the next day? It came down, and I was very happy. It's coming down to a retest. Now, if I want to play LRCX, how do I play it? I will simply wait for a $700 hold. Above 700 hold, we likely see 720, 730. Even if you catch a $10 trade here from 705 to 715, you make your money on your options, right? You can literally make 50%, 70%, 100% depending on your expiry date. All right. So LRCX right now, it is retesting. Yes, it's retesting. It's a great retest here. But given the market conditions, given some things that we have going on in the market, I would not buy it here. They can easily fail this retest and bring it back down. A perfect example, IWM. Sahaj, if you're listening, I told you I did not buy IWM on this break. I was waiting for a retest. The retest was not able to hold. It's simple. I wanted to get into IWM. Look what they did. They brought it right back down to support level. How long did it take? It took them less than a week just to flush it down, right? And if you're trying to catch IWM right here on the bounce and thinking the market is going to bottom, market is going to do anything, personally, I believe it's a foolish thing to do. This is back into this chop zone. I have no idea what it's going to do. Like, I humbly accept. I have zero idea what it does here, right? I'm not God. I don't want to predict. All I know is if it breaks this support, it's going to flush even harder towards 190, 180. And trust me, they will take this down. Many would say it was a strong support. Forget these support levels. When the market flushes, it flushes. For me to play IWM one more time, I need to wait. And see these comments right here? If it retests 236, it takes a 239.40, we get a $10 move to 250. It never happened, so I never played. Simple as that, right? Here, I'll give you guys a number. IWM 232 must hold, and above 233, likely more upside and new all-time highs. All right, you can write this down. When does this happen? I have no idea. Maybe it happens next week, maybe the week after, but when it happens, this will be a confirmed trade. Don't try playing this chop. The chop will chop you. Just know this. Microsoft, I got rid of some of my short position yesterday, right? I still have some puts I'm holding, of course, a great trade, great profits, but I don't want to be stubborn against that. Yes, it's just going to flush. The structure is bearish, like Platinum Sachs says. This is a very bearish structure, but at the same time, it's holding support. And pre-market, it will be opening green. Just know one thing on Microsoft. Upside, I will not play. Upside, I will not play here. If it rips, I will let it rip. As simple as that. But just know one thing on Microsoft. If holds under 330 today, 320 is coming. All right. If holds under 330 today, 320 is coming. Break of 327.50 will trigger it. Okay. So now 327. Sorry, break of 327.50 will trigger the downside move on Microsoft, and most likely all tech will be weak. Apple gave us a nice little bearish reversal candle. Some news came out, right? A comment which was never confirmed by Apple. Market reacted to it. It's just the games going on in the market, and they completely ripped it right back up. Who would have thought that this was going to come down? Some people were expecting 150, one thing, but again, I simply wait and let's see what happens, right? On Apple here, it did give us a trade on a hold about 162 through 164. 164, I may play Apple to the upside. I did not play because I was playing something else. We did get the move, right? Congrats to those that took the position. But here at 170, they showed a lot of selling, right? If Apple comes back to 170 again now, there's a good chance they sell this right off. However, the levels on Apple have changed for me now. It is no longer 162. This has now become a chop. It now needs through 171 and hold, and it moved to 180 is possible. All right, the levels on this has also changed. It needs to move through 171 and a hold, and it moved to 180. All right, here is chop. I don't know what the market is going to do. They can sell tech here, they can rip out tech here. I have no idea. Today can be a great lotto play if you're patient and if you go deep into the technicals on the 5 minutes, right? You'll see how the futures are behaving, or the SPX and the Nasdaq. And if you're on our chat, if you're in live, then Platinum Stacks, T, Love, they will continue updating you what's happening with the market. All right, and guys, one last thing, we had some great months. Protect your gains, please. I mean, protect your gains. That's all I can say. There's a very big meaning behind when I say protect your gains. I've learned it the very hard way in the past years. Any experienced trader will tell you in certain conditions like this, it is better to stay on cash, just play small if you want to. Otherwise, protect your gains, end the year strong. More opportunities are coming. Just let this time pass by. All right. God bless. See you guys back in the chat.